Today I want to talk to you about finding time to fit sourcing into your busy schedule. There's so much going on with our lives. We've got we got family. A lot of us have kids. We've got all these goals that we're trying to meet. We're trying to, grow our business. We've got books that we're trying to read. We've got video courses that we're wanting to watch. We've got items we need to go out and source for inventory. We've got stuff that's like, there's refunds that Amazon should be giving us and reimbursements that they should be giving us that they're not doing, that we're having to keep track of. We've got feedback we got to take. There's so much stuff going on. And a lot of times, sourcing is one of the things that could get, kicked to the side because we just don't have enough time. So today I'm going to talk to you about the six ways that I and my wife both like to source in the midst of our busy schedule. All right, so we'll just jump right into it. Number one, we combine sourcing with our regular household shopping trips. If we're going to the grocery store, we'll take a walk down the toy aisle, or we'll look at some grocery items that are on sale that week. We combine our regular shopping trips with sourcing. If it's back to school time and trying to find school supplies for the kids, well, hey, let's walk through the clearance aisle at Walmart just to see if there's things that are out there. So it's like, think about it. The places that you're already out doing your normal grocery shopping, regular shopping, look for items that are there that you can possibly resell. It might maybe take an extra 10 minutes to do that, and you'll find some more items to sell on Amazon FBA. Always be scanning, always be sourcing, and looking for good stuff to buy. So that's number one. Number two is combine sourcing with your normal social outings. There's times where we've got a small group a small group that we meet on Wednesday night for a Bible study. There's opportunities there because sometimes the places that we're meeting are like 20 minutes away. So that takes us to a whole new different neighborhood and a whole new different place that there could be stores to source at. If you have a sports team that you like to go support, you're like for us, we're about a 30-minute drive or so away from the ballpark in Arlington, or they renamed it Globe Life Park in Arlington, and we watch baseball, but there's times where we leave about 30 minutes early or an hour early to go sourcing when we're in that area. And we're usually not in that area, but we combined sourcing with our normal, social gathering events that we go to. And so, we've found new stores, we found new items, we found new inventory. It can be hard to do that. And especially when you've got younger kids, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. The third way we like to combine sourcing, or we do sourcing with a busy schedule, is that we combine basically, a lot of times my wife and I go on sourcing dates. Now we don't focus the whole date around sourcing, although we have done that before in the past. But sometimes we'll go out to dinner somewhere, and we'll go out to dinner in a neighborhood that may be 20 or 30 minutes away. We'll see what kind of thrift stores or what kind of stores are in that area. We can combine sourcing with date night. We can combine sourcing with other fun events, like if we decide to, take the kids to the park, there might be a thrift store nearby, or something like that. You can combine that and be able to find inventory. Like there's times in the past where we've gone on road trip vacations. We've traveled to West Texas, we've traveled to Kansas City, we've traveled to Oklahoma. We've done our own little road trip. We live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and so we travel, and we're like, what? Let's leave a couple hours early than we usually do. Maybe we can hit some places along the way that we've never been to. Traveltage. It's awesome being able to source while you are traveling. And a lot of times with those, we're hitting Walmarts and we're hitting some thrift stores and other stores that are like in the middle of nowhere, and we find some really good stuff that has like lots of dust on it. And if you like me, you love, other than the sneezing and the allergic reactions, you like finding items that are on clearance that have a lot of dust on them because they've been sitting there for a long time and the price is going to be really low, and most likely the ROI is going to be really high. And yeah, rural Texas retail arbitrage is awesome. And so, think about that when you're going on a trip. Maybe your summer's coming up and you're planning a trip to go camping somewhere. You're planning a trip, think about what areas you're going to be going through to do some retail arbitrage. If you're just even driving to the airport, what stores and stuff are around the airport, so that you leave a few hours early, do a little retail arbitrage, leave the stuff in your car, and then go on your trip in the airport. So there are a lot of different ways to work into that. One of the best ways you can find thrift stores or rural Walmarts, you can just use Google Maps. You can use it on your computer before you go. There's even the Google Maps app on your phone. And you can just type in Walmart, or you can type in thrift stores. You can type in all sorts of type of stores that you're looking for, and you'll be able to find them. And so you can set your route and make your plans to be able to hit those type of places. And so it's a lot of fun. And my wife already knows that if I drive by a thrift store and I see it, it's like I have no control over my hands. I have to turn and go look at this thrift store, especially if I've never been there before. So it's a lot of fun. So that's number 3. Number 4 is online arbitrage. I mean, really, when you think about it, most of us think when we're trying to find sourcing inventory, where are the places we can go? How can we fit that in? But online arbitrage, you're right here. You're right there. You're next to your computer, and you can just search items all the time when you're, with online arbitrage. If you've got small children that take naps, and you know that, okay, my child's going to be taking a nap. They're probably going to sleep for about an hour and a half. I'll take a half an hour for myself. I'll take an hour to do some online arbitrage. And when you do that, be sure that all the tabs are closed. The only thing that is open in your computer are the stores you're looking for online arbitrage. If you're looking to learn more about online arbitrage, you can go to fulltimefba.com/OA, and you can find some resources to help you through that. And it will help you get set up with online arbitrage, learn the tricks, the shortcuts that we have, and do it early in the morning before the kids wake up. If you have kids who do sports, you can even do online arbitrage, either with your phone, or maybe use your phone as a hotspot with your laptop. And while your kids are practicing their sports events, you can be in the car doing that, or you can be on the sidelines watching them, supporting them, but doing some online. I mean, you can find a lot of different ways to fit online arbitrage in your schedule. And there's just so many amazing benefits of online arbitrage. We love it. We just got a ton of stuff delivered at our house today. Yesterday we had a ton of stuff delivered, and it's just, it's awesome. It's stuff, like, we just order it and it comes to us, and then we just send it to Amazon. So online arbitrage is one of our favorite ways to fit sourcing into a very busy schedule. All right, tip number 4 is, if you don't have time to source, then outsource your sourcing. Outsource your sourcing. You can hire somebody, a friend, a family member, an eager teenager or a college student, somebody who maybe someone at your church that's looking for, a part-time job. You can train them to source. And yeah, it takes time to train them, but that training and the time that you spend in that is, you're trading that time for the hours and hours and hours that they will be able to source. And if you're looking for resources on how to properly find, hire, train someone to do your sourcing for you, you can go to fulltimefba.com/outsourcing, and you will be able to find, there's a training manual that my friend Ryan Grant put together that we used to help us, find our amazing worker. We have a sourcer who I almost said sorcerer. That's not what we hired. Someone who is sourcing inventory for us. So we're still doing some online arbitrage. We're doing some retail arbitrage, but we're also outsourcing some of our sourcing. So check that out. And then the 6th tip is, when you're looking for ways to find more time to source in your really, really busy schedule, the 6th tip is to outsource anything else. I mean, think about it. If you think about the time that you spend in your business, and you think about the money that you're able to bring in with your business, how much, I really suggest you do this one day. Sit down, actually 1 week maybe, sit down and record all the time that you spend on your Amazon FBA business, how many hours that is, and then see what your disbursements are bringing you. What's your income? What are you bringing home with that? Figure out how much you're making per hour. Are you making $50 an hour? Are you making $20 an hour? What if you can pay somebody $12 an hour to do a job around your house, mowing the lawn, taking care of cleaning the bathrooms, whatever kind of jobs, you pay someone else $12 an hour. That frees you up to spend that same time to make $50 an hour. I mean, it's a no-brainer. You can outsource, your lawn care. You can hire a housekeeper. You can outsource all sorts of different types of stuff to free up your time. Amy Fearman came out with a course called VA for FBA. That's outsourcing all of your Amazon back-end stuff. You can find that at fulltimefba.com/VA course. And that walks you through how to find and hire a VA to take care of making sure you get all your reimbursements, how to make sure that Amazon's reimbursing you for the items that they lost and broke, and that your negative feedback scores are being fixed, and that your suppressed listings are being fixed. All that kind of stuff that takes up time that you could be using sourcing. Well, if you hire a VA to do that, it frees you up. So my sixth tip was outsource. If you don't feel comfortable outsourcing the sourcing, outsource something else, whether it's just a house cleaner or another part of your FBA business. There's so many opportunities out there, people who are looking for work, looking for a little extra money on the side, that you can meet these people and find them, be able to set them up, and it will open your time up a lot more to be able to spend more time sourcing, because we all know that our Amazon FBA business, it all comes down to a couple of things: finding profitable inventory and making sure that it sells. And so you need to make sure that you make sourcing a priority in your Amazon FBA business. You want to find profitable stuff, and you want to make sure that you buy stuff that's going to sell. So that's what I want to help you do. I hope this video has been helpful and giving you some ideas on how to be able to find time for sourcing in your very, very busy schedule. That's all for today. I really appreciate you watching this video, and if you liked it, I'd appreciate a thumbs up below. If you have a comment or a question, leave that below too. We do our best to reply to comments as soon as we can. If you want to add to the discussion what we're talking about, leave a comment below. If you have a question, trying to understand things better, or maybe how to take it even deeper, leave that below and we'll do our best to reply. And if you want to make sure you don't miss out on any upcoming videos, be sure you click subscribe so that you are able to follow us and get all the free Amazon FBA training videos that come out all the time. And if you want to learn more about me, go to fulltimefba.com, click subscribe, get a bunch of free PDFs, things that are able to help you take your business to the next level. And of course, if you're looking for any of the links that we talked about in this video today, those can be found in the description below, so you can click on that and go find out more information about the things that you're wanting to know. So that's all again for today. Find out more from me, fulltimefba.com. I hope to see you there, and I hope you have a great day.